Yeah, that would absolutely fit into our program.
Because I'm estimating it would be 15% of the fee would be about $600.
Okay.
So then we would take the $600 and we would buy, that would buy me about 72, which is the minimum quantity on these mugs.
We got a bid.
Oh, okay. Well, he proposed two things, right?
Yeah. He said he could either keep, because he's proposing like they're all corn-based, like reusable mugs. And he said either they could keep them in the store, like he could use them in his store, or he could give them to like students on the Knox campus. He said basically that what he would be willing to do was to take the mugs and sell them in his store at a discounted price. And I think that would actually be better because
really good idea. I think keeping us in the business is kind of important.
I think it is too, because that was like our main plug for the project, and I really don't want it to feel like we're asking him for charity. Because we plugged like the whole win-win thing, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it would be great if he sold them like a cheap mug.
I would definitely buy one.
I would totally buy one.
Sure. But we probably shouldn't, so other people can buy.
He's pledging 15%, and he's saying that the minimum he's expecting that to be is $600. So if we up that 15% to like a huge chunk, what I think we could even do is say, okay, use that first 15%, like that first $600 for the mugs, and then here's all of our other ideas. You know?
Okay, so we just got done meeting with the owner of Cornucopia. They only use or throw out 1 bag of trash a day, but she was really interested in getting compostable bags for that, even though it was only one a day.
They did a lot of good stuff already, like recycled materials,
everything. And she said like the trash bags that they use are like actually like the flour bags. They just put those in the trash can. Yeah, so they were using everything. I mean, they thought everything through basically. So. Cornucopia, their end proposal was to give 10% of that day's sales towards a sustainable effort. And then Mike's proposal was to set aside 15% of sales from the one day, and then he was thinking of putting that towards buying these corn plastic mugs, and then reusable corn plastic mugs. He estimated that it would be about $600. The 15% from the sales was projected to be about $600, and that would get him to about 72 of the corn plastic mugs. But I don't know.
We didn't get to talk to him today, so we left him the packet, the other sustainable things he could do for money.
And so it's getting down to the wire because next weekend is the weekend that we've chosen. So we really need to figure out who.
So bids by tomorrow.
Yeah, bids by tomorrow.
Your number, thinking maybe we'll call, but how many times?
Okay, so we just met with Helmut, and we talked to him about switching materials and the gizmos so that they are less harmful to us in the environment, and
focusing on the styrofoam cups and water cups, and plastic utensils.
And he seemed like he was very in favor of the idea, and we're meeting with him in a week, so he has time to look up information, but so it's not enough time that he forgets about it or thinks that it's not important to us. So,
and he's going to compare 2 options, and he seems pretty passionate about it. He seems like it's not that hard to change it. He just actually has to do it, so it'll be good.
And we don't have to do much. All we had to do was request it, let him know that there was a demand for it, and
show that it's important to us.
Yeah, so I think that would relate to a lot of things. You just have to let people know what you want, and they're generally willing to help you.
But we had found out that he wanted to use corn mugs and then just give them away to customers or sell them at like a reduced price, which is good if he would stock those and make those available to his customers, but we felt like that was a one-time change. It wasn't going to continuously affect his business and for the greater good and make it more sustainable long-term. It was a very short-term kind of action. So we had left him a booklet detailing a bunch of other options that we come up with, and so he had looked at our suggestions and had decided that he thought that the recycling containers was the best idea. And so he stands by his 15% promise, or his bid, 15% bid, but then what he wants to do with the 15%, he wants to get recycling bins, and so he'll have one for paper and plastic, but he has to get one with an inside liner that's really strong, so that way he can have like an area where people can dump their coffee out, so that way they can actually recycle their coffee. You could dump out your coffee and then put it in the paper or plastic receptacle, and then the liquid part could be taken out and emptied as needed.
So if I sing this more than once, do you think we'll make it through? Ooh. And I hate roller coasters, baby. Why don't you? Life isn't pleasant as a loop-de-loop. Let's keep the sky up, let's keep the ground down. I'm tired of having to shut my eyes while you flip the world around. So what if I wrote this song with no chorus at all? Never did the same thing twice.
So when we got down to the two bids that we were deciding between, it was really difficult because we felt that Cornucopia was really sustainable, but we felt like the change in innkeepers would be have a greater impact on like a different group of people, because of the people who go to innkeepers don't necessarily go to Cornucopia, and so it would be spreading the impact throughout Galesburg.
And Cornucopia is already really educated about being sustainable, and Innkeepers isn't that educated yet and was really excited about becoming more educated. So
Innkeepers is a really popular coffee house in town, and people are going to go there whether or not they have sustainable practices. And
we weren't like promoting consumers, and we were just saying if you're already going to buy your coffee, you should buy it from a socially responsible company.
Elizabeth and I just went out and we put a bunch of flyers up around town to encourage the community to come for our Innkeepers Reverse Boycott. Hopefully get a lot of participation from the community. So we went around and we found a bunch of shops along Main Street.
Yeah,
and
Seminary.
Yeah, we've put up about 15, not including the we gave a whole bunch to Innkeepers. So.
I was actually really surprised. A lot of the businesses, some of them didn't really look at what we had. They were like, yeah, fine, we'll put it up. And then a lot of them wanted to like know about it, and we actually started a conversation with the pet shop.
Yeah, she seemed really excited.
Thorns Pet and Supplies, that's actually right by Innkeepers, and she wanted to know what they were doing and like what they were doing about the recycling and who was going to take it. She wanted to know what
she could do.
Yeah, and so we were like, oh, we'll get back to you, and she gave us her contact information. I have her business card right here, and so we got to start this conversation about sustainability when we weren't actually expecting to, just from advertising from this other sustainable action.
And really, this is a big part of our project that's already happening, is that other businesses are getting encouraged as well, which is really exciting. So
yeah, so it really starts the dialogue with the Galesburg community at large, which was the whole goal of this part of the project. So it's really exciting.
In some ways, this is almost like kind of like the beginning of the snowball effect, where like another company wants to start doing green things and like wants more information. And I think this is just a great segue to starting that.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.